Hey beautiful people, welcome to Meditative Means Necessary Mondays.
Hey beautiful people, it's your girl Shakima. I'm just stopping in for today's Meditative Means Necessary Mondays. I hope everybody's having an awesome start to the week thus far. And I hope that the weekend wasn't too hectic in terms of energies. I am going to sort of pull a message from the universe card for us today to sort of give us some insight in terms of what the universal guidance is for us to navigate through not only today but for the rest of the week as well. Just kind of like a memo to keep in the back of our mind as we navigate through the energies of today. Going straight into it, before I forget, if you guys aren't having such a great day today, do just let the energy dissipate. Try not to take that into the rest of the week with you guys. Okay, beloveds? But yeah, just looking at the actual energies of today. So the moon, at the time that I'm filming this, it's after 5 effectively. So the moon is now in Leo, but the moon was in Cancer at some point today, up until around about 4:29 this afternoon. So we were still sort of dealing with some of the energies of the weekend. We were sort of coming down from that, grounding us into the actual work week today. So we were still actually dealing with some of the issues that showed up for us over the weekend to do with our maternal relationships and some of the things that may have subsequently impacted us about the circumstances of our home. One of the things that I do want to say, as far as, you know, things that shows up, because for a lot of us, we are so good at being positive that when negativity shows up, we instantly dispel it. So whenever I tell you guys, you know, try not to revel in the negativity, I'm not saying to put an affirmation on that and don't actually process what that negativity is there to show you, because the shadows of yourselves they have the potential to be the most brightest aspect of your light if you can actually take an opportunity to understand what that shadow is telling you, because a shadow is simply a condition of your light that has been impacted by some traumatic experience of your circumstances, and it is basically trying to tell you something. So I mentioned that with the sacral chakra being activated, you know, over the course of the weekend, some of us may be dealing with sexual perversion entities and demons, and with the actual, you know, moon now effectively being in Leo at the time that I'm filming this, to go from a cardinal sign, which was, you know, Cancer. Cardinal signs are action-oriented signs. So for us to go from, you know, making actionable, I guess, actions, because there's a lack of better way of putting it, for us to go from, you know, making certain actions within the aspect of our home circumstances to go into, you know, a fixed sign, which is Leo, which is all about rooting and stabilizing. It really is just, again, the universe trying to tell us that what we do will actually give us an opportunity to ground ourselves, and also equally what we do actually impacts the foundations of the things that we're building. So it's just something for us to take a mental note on. And if you can sit with your shadow, it can actually give you an opportunity to work through it, to transmute it and integrate it into the light of your unconditional love, which is your God spirit within you, your good over darkness spirit within yourself. So it kind of gives you an opportunity to come to the realization that there's nothing to fear, because everything is for your overall best good and intention. So I just wanted to put that out there for anybody that needed to hear that message today, because I think I see it all the time over social media. People are like, oh, stop doing this and stop doing that. And I'm like, you don't actually get an opportunity to fully grow and mature and blossom without actually being able to see the elements of your shadow, see the elements of your demons, and actually tackle them. Because the reality is, if you do not tackle them, it will subsequently be passed down within your lineage. So your child will actually have to face the shadows of those demons, because it is a part of your DNA. Newsflash, it is a part of your gene. And if you do not take the time to process effectively the things that are your own shadows, unfortunately your child will have to learn from the experiences of the things that you didn't take the time to effectively work your way through. Instead, you just dispelled it, suppressed it, and didn't actually give yourself and your lineage an opportunity to break free from the shackles of your mental restrictions, which were subsequently impacting your genetic buildup and, I guess, your DNA. In essence, people talk about DNA activation all the time, but that is a way to be able to activate our DNA, to look within ourselves, identify our shadows, and navigate our way through them. So that brings me, guys, to the actual organs that are going to be impacted by today. So when the moon was in Cancer earlier today, our stomach, mucosa, breast, and reproductive system were being impacted. But now the moon is actually in Leo, which is our 5th house, and it's going to stay in Leo up until Wednesday. But the 5th house, Leo is a rooted. It is a fixed sign, which means that it's all about rooting and stabilizing our experiences of our creativity, because Leo is the 5th house, which is, again, about our creative endeavors. It's about the blooming of our character, and the astral body that represents Leo is the sun. So this is whatever our ego or conscious mind is perceiving. That is what will be our creative endeavors. The organs that are actually being impacted by the moon now in Leo are the heart, aorta, blood pressure, and the blood circulation. So I say all of what I said earlier to really identify that, our heart chakra is being activated today, and we're learning how to creatively express ourselves through our heart center. But also, the negatives of that is that, if we're not in a good place, if we haven't faced some of the shadows that showed up for us over the course of the weekend and then some, it does mean that we are going to be dealing with elements or shadows of impatience, shadows of hatred, shadows of just cruel intentions and cruel actions, I guess, towards others. So we just kind of have to be mindful how we sort of navigate through the day as a result of, and just be aware that, there's other people experiencing us as we experience ourselves as well. Okay, beloved? So all of that awesomeness being said, guys, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a card for us today to see what is the divine guidance for us today. What is the divine guidance spirit for my life warriors for today, Monday, the 21st of October? Okay, so in the past, we've come to realize that the more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. And in the present moment of today, we have realized that the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Moving forward, we will also equally come to the realization that we find a deeper meaning and personal growth amid the discomfort. Again, just kind of like what I said to you, process those feelings, process those shadows so that you can give yourself an opportunity to transmute that and really give your lineage an opportunity to break free. Okay? Again, we have the same card. Well, I think this card was somehow, a part of last week's reading. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. And that is what your shadow is calling you to do. Transmute it and integrate it into your light, into your unconditional love of your experience. And beneath the surface, you'll be able to understand that I honor how I want to feel. And off the back end of that, you'll come to the realizations that my vibe speaks louder than my words. So you don't always have to say the right thing, but your vibration will actually be permeating and emitting the kind of frequency based on what you're feeling, not necessarily the things that you're saying. So even if you're telling yourself and you're throwing out all of these affirmations, unless your body believes it, unless your DNA is a vibrational match to it, the universe will read your vibration, and that is what you will subsequently receive as a result of your experience of yourself. So do just bear that in mind. And I gave you the same card last week as an affirmation to sort of keep with you. When I focus on my inner light, I see the world through the lens of love. Just bear that in mind, guys, because every part of your journey is worth honoring. It's worth taking into consideration, and it builds up your character to allow for you to be more of who God decrees you to be versus who you think that you are based on who you want to show up as in the world. Okay, so just bear that in mind. I'm gonna love you guys and leave it there for you guys. I hope that that was useful for you guys. As per usual, beloveds, I'm sending you guys nothing but love, light, and positive intentions for the journey ahead. If you guys haven't already done so, definitely be sure to check out the link in my bio where you can get access to me for personal readings, mentorship sessions to work through some of the stuff that I've actually outlined. And you can also utilize that very same link to tune into my YouTube channel. Definitely follow me on my Podbean podcast. I'm actually going live tomorrow, 9 p.m. GMT, 9 p.m.-ish. You know what I'm like by now, guys. GMT. And I'll be speaking about how to utilize your God spirit, your good over darkness spirit within yourself to be able to activate your healing and transmute the lower vibrational reflections of your DNA. You can also utilize that very same link to connect with me on Facebook, all my other social medias, essentially. Okay, guys? So I'm going to love you guys and leave it there for you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, God bless and Ashe. Mwah.
That's all, folks. Thanks for watching. See you next time.